Greetings and good day, YouTube. How are you doing today? I myself am pretty excited to continue where we last left off in Minecraft in our kingdom build, while talking about the outdated YouTube blog thing for the week of April 29th to May the 6th. If I'm not mistaken exactly how it is. Hey, thank you for becoming a citizen of the kingdom. Liza John, how are you doing today? Or Liza. Is it Liza? Liza? Oh, I'm doing well. Just chilling. Having a good time. About to be going over like the generalized plan. Because this is primarily, the reason this exists is primarily for you, YouTube, in all honesty. Like, it's fun to have conversations and stuff like that, of course, as always, with people who are chatting on the stream. It's going well. Greetings and good day, Rhett. How are you doing today? I'm doing it for fun. It's more of a hobby than anything else currently. I have fun doing it, and that's why I do it. That's good to hear. I think I know what you mean as well, Rhett. I mean, it all depends. I'm a variety streamer. Lately, I've been going back and forth between Western games, specifically the Red Dead series, and Fallout, which technically I would classify Fallout as a Western-style game as well, because of, like, it's more modernized, of course, but the way the world is very similar to how the Wild West was, right? Like, if you want justice to be brought, you've got to bring it into your own hands. Everyone's kind of out for themselves. There's roving bands of bandits that want to take anything from everyone else. And if you don't have a means to defend yourself, you're pretty much screwed in that world. Right? The list kind of goes on a little bit from there. But yeah, I'm a variety streamer, and like, I play anything from Metal Gear to Minecraft. Appreciate that. It's funny because I like I said, I do this every Monday, this outdated YouTube blog thing, I call it, because this is going to be going live 18 days from now for YouTube, right? Oh, what is your awesome idea? I always love hearing people's ideas.
Creating an ad campaign can feel like you're talking on mute.
Hello? Can you guys hear me?
But advertising on Spotify can help your business turn up the volume. Our easy-to-use ads manager lets you create new audio ads from scratch or repurpose existing video assets. We'll deliver your ad to an engaged audience.
Yeah, I have a Discord.
And see your message.
I have it set up to where you won't be able to talk in that Discord until some time passes. But come on, you're leaving me hanging. What's the idea? Come on, tell me. But why, though? Why am I kindly adding you? You've got me curious. Are you the Twitter account? Did you follow me on Twitter as well? Liza? I think it's Liza, right? You haven't corrected me yet. Because I'm curious about something. So your idea on chat, okay, I'm gonna be honest. If you don't want to give your idea on chat, that makes me worried. I'm gonna be honest, right? Like, is it against terms of service? I don't know why you'd be worried about that. Your Twitch account's only a month old. A little bit over a month old. I don't know why you'd be worried about that. I appreciate the offer, but I'm not going to accept the invite. Right? One of the main reasons is because your account's as young as it is. And if you want me to be able to trust you, you have to kind of stick around a little bit while. And I don't think that's going to happen. Right? Now, I could be wrong. Right? I could be wrong. But it's very suspicious when you show up for the first time. First time chatter. You follow. Right? Okay, that's fine. Whatever. And then your immediate thing is to get a little bit of a conversation going. That's fine too. And then you're trying to get me to do something where I follow you on Discord. And I don't know you. You don't know me. Right? And you won't share your idea with me on stream. I was gonna follow, play along a little bit, but I can't do that. As soon as you start saying, "Oh, I can't tell your idea on stream," why not? I have a whole bunch of ideas I'll talk about on stream. I'm gonna talk about them right now. That's why the OYTBT, outdated YouTube blog thing, outdated YouTube OYTBT. Yeah, I said it right the first time. Just making sure it exists in the first place. Right? It exists to have me sit back and tell YouTube what's coming in the near future. Right? And what's coming in the near future is the fact that I'm going to be, well, I'm done with Fallout 2, right? To kind of get into the swing of things. I'm done with Fallout 2, or I should say I finished Fallout 2. That doesn't mean I beat Fallout 2. Now, I'll explain what that means in a moment. However, I'm not going to go back and play Fallout 2 to like beat it properly, because I spent 50 hours of that game. Like, I spent 50 hours of my life in that game. And then, when it's all said and done, I'm doing a melee build. That should go to show anyone who's familiar with Fallout 2 why that's a problem. I use my super sledgehammer and smack the final boss with it 5 times, and I quickly hit for no damage. Honestly, the final boss ruined my experience. As like the whole, like I feel like I wasted 50 hours of my life, is what I feel like, in all honesty. Maybe Rhett, they wanted to make me art. In all honesty, I'm gonna interrupt. Well, actually, I'm gonna talk about what games I finished up, and then I'll talk about what I plan to play. I'm gonna stick with the plan because I like doing it this way. So while I am very aggravated with Fallout 2, I had a blast and a half playing it. And I will probably play it again. I'll never do a melee build in one of those games. Maybe Fallout 3, I'll do a melee. I'll play with melee, but my main focus will be on guns because, like, I spent 50 hours focusing on a melee build. I got strong enough where I could take out almost anybody, and the final area sucks. Yeah. I appreciate your cool ideas, but I do all my own artwork, specifically the little profile picture that I have. This is one of the things that I was going to talk about, but, you know, kind of jumping the gun a little bit. I'm going to be turning my profile picture into a PNG tuber model type thing for days like, similar to today. Not today, because it's not that hot, in all honesty. It is, like, hot enough to where I'm on the borderline of turning my, light off, but I'm gonna do some work on my little PNG thing so I can make it into a PNG tuber, but that's as far as I'll ever go with it, right? Yeah, honestly, I was kind of sus of you from the beginning, Liza, about trying to sell me something, because I'm not buying, ever. I do my own artwork. I appreciate the offer, and your artwork's probably good, right? But it's just not, it's my style, the way that I am as a streamer, my style is cartoony and kind of dumb, right? Because I'm kind of dumb. I wouldn't really say I'm that cartoony. I'm animated, I would say. I guess I should say animated and kind of dumb. And that's exactly what I want for my emotes, right? Like, are these the best emotes? Could I hire someone to make better emotes than this, right? Yes. Do I love these emotes? 100%. Right? Those are like, those fit me to a T. I need to make more emotes. That's my only issue, in all honesty, because I think my art style is decent enough. Right? Because you can, like, just at first glance, I can see exactly what the emotes are, how they look, what they represent. The helmet one is a little bit off, but the eyes kind of make it work well, I would say. That's my personal preference and perspective. I don't know why I was going up there. I'm distracted. But no, I do appreciate the offer, and if you want to stick around and chat and have a good time, that's fine. But anytime I see someone just chat for the first time, follow me, and they're a new account, I'm always sus of them trying to sell off art to me. It's honestly, it's a little disappointing too. Like, you could at least butter me up a little bit more before you try and sell something to me. Also, let me show off a little bit about what I got going on while I talk about my complaints with Fallout 2. Right? So, it left a bitter taste in my mouth, because I looked up a lot of shit about the final boss and how to beat the final boss, and not once did I come across a situation about how to beat the boss with melee. Mind you, I didn't really look too deeply, but, the basic way you want to beat that final boss is you want to hack into the turrets that surround you, you want to convince the other Enclave members to help you, and you want to have a lot of guns. You also want to use the 2mm, the railgun. You want to use the railgun against them as well, and try and cripple their limbs and walk away from them so they spend all their turn trying to come up to you to kill you. I actually watched a video, don't die, I watched a video where, and I showed it on stream, like, where dude, Mike, I think it was Mike Fishburne, actually, would recommend their content, good content, but I was so pissed off, I muted them, showed the final boss dying, and then the final cutscene, and I was like, yeah, we did this, there you go, game over. I was so pissed off about that, and I kind of stuck, that aggravation kind of stuck with me a little bit for when I was playing Enlisted, because as soon as I started playing Enlisted, my rage built up because of the bullshit that was happening, and I just fucking blew up and went on a rant. And I needed it, honestly. I think I'm gonna actually make it a routine thing where once a month I have what I'm gonna call, like, a rage stream, where I'm just gonna play a game that I know is gonna piss me off, and I'm just gonna scream and shout and let it all out, right? Because after doing that, I noticed something. So I write a lot on paper, right? It's just something I do because whether or not anything will come of that, or if I'll just sit there and, like, write for no reason. It's just a way to de-stress for me. I noticed when I'm angry, my writing is more spread apart, but when I'm, like, less, like, when I just don't give a shit, my writing is closer together. Yeah, what's funny is I actually have been, like, because I watched that video, I've been noticing more videos revolving around Frith popping up on my recommended for YouTube. I've not been watching them, but I kind of figured because of how many people are talking about that individual that some more drama would stir up, which is disappointing how fucking predictable those motherfuckers are. You know what I mean? They're so predictable. It's like, I literally saw the drama start to pop up and like, well, I guarantee you they're going to start going after the usual suspects. And you apparently are one of the usual suspects. Alright, really quickly, we interrupt this programming. But yeah, Fallout 2 is a very fun game. Compared to Fallout 1, I enjoy it so much more. Oh, here we go. Okay, these are great. Oh, these are great. Wow. I love idiots. I really do. I'm not gonna show some of these on the stream. This is great. Man, people are so fucking stupid. They really are. It is. It is. Like, people will, like, it's funny, you know they don't have a leg to stand on. Like, mind you, I'm a firm believer in this. Even though I get loud, and I do that. When I get loud, I'm not getting loud having an argument. I try to refuse to get loud during an argument. If I'm bitching about something, I'm gonna get loud, right? But here's something. If you have to try to talk over people in an argument, and if you have to resort to calling the people names, slurs, derogatory terminology, whatever you want to do, your argument kind of invalidates itself in my mind, right? Oh, nice. Nice. Hold up, I gotta look at these. I gotta look at these. Hold up. Hold up. Wait a minute. But yeah, Fallout 2, I really enjoyed it. Spent 50 hours on it. Had to look up a couple things to do it away. Like, I played the game. I don't regret playing the game the way that I did because I got out of my comfort zone. Normally, I play charisma builds. And I kind of regret not doing that because the way that, like, I could have beaten the game would have been beautiful with how charisma builds work. So I'll probably... I love how they keep... Listen. My favorite thing is when immediately somebody goes, "Oh, you're this, or you're that, or you're this," and it's like I find that hard to believe, man. It's and the reason I find that hard to believe is because of how openly, open I am about my preferences, and it's like, yeah, I don't think if you are what they're claiming you are, you would watch my streams, honestly. This is great. Wow. I love this. Wow. Your responses are literally like one message, and they're fucking boop, 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 boop. Oh, this is fucking, you know, they are just, they're fuming because... Oh, that's great. That's great. Yeah, that's exactly what I was talking about. Paragraphs where you're given 2 words. Listen, when I don't give a shit about somebody and I'm talking to them in any way, shape, or form, I'm not gonna give them full responses like I normally would, right? I'm not gonna. Yep, resorts to name calling. Honestly, I know why you keep responding to the people, because you're like, how are they going to respond? Oh, they got proof of it? Oh, I love this. I love this. I love this rabbit hole. This is, I know this is venting, right? This is exactly what this is. It's not venting because it upsets you. It's venting because it's like, I gotta get this, I gotta share the stupid with other people. Okay, so if you actually said what they're saying you said, you must have had so much sarcasm behind it. Because like I said, if you intentionally avoid those type of people, why are you here? I'm openly bisexual. Ass is ass! Yeah, that. I agree with you. Why do people gotta shove shit down your throat? Unless they're asking for it, don't deep throat people, please. I'm trying to keep a straight face and it's actually... Oh my god. Immediately. Oh. Oh, wow. This is... I love how this shit... Oh. People are so dumb. They really are. I know. I know. Wow. I absolutely love your responses. I really do. And the person admitted that it was them too. You did your due diligence when you posted what you posted about the DMs without saying that, like, without showing their name. I give you mad respect, Relatize. A lot of people don't do that. Well, a lot of people do that, but there's a lot of people out there that don't do that. They fucking will name drop everybody. Yeah, you could have. Much respect to you, Relatize, in all honesty. Yeah, but then they pop up and they're trying to stir the pot, right? Honestly, I would just not respond to these motherfuckers. This is how I deal with shit though. If I see people that are being idiots, I say it how it is, and that's it. I don't respond anymore. You probably enjoy it. You enjoy all the killing. That's why. Quote from Metal Gear Solid 1. Anyways, that kind of made my day a little bit too. Seeing people think that they're gonna get under somebody else's skin, and that person just like looks at them, shakes their head, and moves on with their day is great. But no, really quickly, this is what the idea is going to be. All this wall you see before you is gonna get placed with obsidian, and it's gonna be an obsidian staircase that goes a decent distance down, as well as all the way up to the bottom of the wall, right? And that's all going to be it is going to be a obsidian cylinder, basically. And there are going to be, in certain locations, there's going to be obsidian tunnels that lead to other locations. Yeah, I saw the... Wait, the date? No, I didn't. Was that the Discord thing you sent? Or was that on the Twitter thing? There's no date on that. DMs. Oh, that's Twitter DMs. Okay, so it would be here. 6/5/2022. Okay. I missed that. Yeah, thank you for pulling up the date again. Yeah, I saw that. Posted it from 2 years ago. 2 years ago. The Hudson River. I'm probably going to end up playing Metal Gear Solid again soon. Probably after... Wait. No. I'm debating whether or not... I might go through Metal Gear Solid 1 and 2 really quick sometime soon. Yeah, that's ridiculous. You want to talk about people living in... Like, people having other people living in their head rent-free. You, for some reason, exist in a, like... You just exist in their brain. They just cannot get over you for whatever reason. They're jealous of your Super Saiyan swagger, that's why. That's how much of a joke I view these people as, in all honesty. Sadly, that's all they have. All they have is past glories. And what are their glories? Ratting out somebody that's a homophobe. Uh-huh. Sure. Anyways, outside of that group of morons who... Oh, wait, hold on. I will look at this really quickly. Oh, that's great. If you don't like me, cry about it. I ain't going anywhere. That's great. I'm gonna follow you on Twitter. Holy shit, some of your tweets are fucking great. Some of your tweets are fucking bangers. Jesus Christ. Stop it. Why do you gotta make me feel old by showing something like that? When Guitar Hero came out. Stop it. Oh. You could probably set up a thing that does that. I don't know how they work, but I know there's like automatic responses that like you could look for certain keywords, and if it picks up like half the shit that they're saying, it would just respond with that. It's like an automatic bot response thing. Again, I only barely know the basic principle of it. I don't know exactly how they work, but if that's something you're interested in, go for it. Then again, it's as easy as Control-C, Control-V. What else did I do off stream?
In the world of protein bars,
Not much, really. I didn't really do much else off stream except work on that area. Oh, dumbass. I did this off stream. What am I talking about? I got rid of where the sheep are and I got them their new home. Look at the sheep's home now. Look at this. Look at the glory that is the sheep. You know what I should do for one stream? And just sit here. For several hours. Is that a dumb idea? Yes. Would I get a kick out of it? 100% yes. But yeah, I actually started to work on the expansion of the farm as well as moving shit around. Because I like how this looks. This gap, I don't know if I'm going to have anything for this gap here. I want to have something for it, but I don't know what to put here. Not yet, anyways. I think I might have the bee apiary or whatever the hell it's called in this area. But again, I'm not 100% sure. Which would be ironic, because this is where the bees were originally. Anyway. Any other any other interruptions? Not that I say interruptions. That's not a bad thing. I love interruptions. You're saying what you want without... Yep, exactly. There you go. Beautiful. Love to see it. Because here's the thing. I'm the same way. I don't really talk on Twitter. Like, I don't post tweets or anything like that. I've been doing it a lot more recently. Because, like, I'm honestly taking a page out of your book, Relatize. In the past, I just don't want to deal with those idiots. But now I'm looking at it, I'm like, maybe I do want to deal with those idiots. Because, fuck, man. I could have fun roasting people that think they know me. Or assume shit about me. And it's like, go ahead. Like for me, you've been here a couple of times when people show up and are like, you're fat. And it's like, you want to know what's funny about my body type? Hold on, real talk like this, right? I got a little bit of a stomach, I ain't gonna lie. Right? A little bit of a stomach. Apparently, my body type's one of the body types that people enjoy. So you know what? Fuck you. And I know I ain't fat, because I've seen some people that are obese. Like, clinically obese. Yeah, I'm normal. I call myself normal too. I mean, mentally I'm not. No one's mentally normal, because what is mentally normal? I'm chubby. And sexy. I'm sexy and I know it. Because here's the thing. Anybody that tries to come up to me and say I'm fat, I know they ain't got shit for insults. Insult my intelligence, which I say I'm stupid, I'm dumb. But I know I'm not. Realistically, I'm pretty intelligent, right? I just don't really show it because I don't care for the type of intelligence that a lot of other people care for. I'm very street smart, for sure, and I have common sense, and I would think that you as well have a lot of common sense as well, Rhett. The people that we're dealing with, or the people that we're talking about right now, that are dogging on you, don't have a lick of common sense. because they're gonna take somebody else's words for what they're saying you said, and they're gonna make it scientific fact, and it's not. It's literally just people trying to fucking hate on you for no reason other than they're jealous or they're something about it has got them, that got their panties in a twist. Yeah, I don't understand that shit either. Like, I work with my old man doing HVAC shit, right? Working on the kind of shit that these people wouldn't be able to understand if they had a fucking manual tell them how to do it. That's how I view these people, is with how they act. Right? Even if they are smart enough to understand a manual that tells them how to do something, I feel like they would still fuck something up because of just how ignorant they act. Right? The first thing they hear is what they believe in as the truth, no matter what anybody else says. Really? How dumb. Is there anything else about Fallout 2 that I could really talk about? Honestly, not really. Like, I really enjoyed my playthrough, like I said. There's actually a whole hell of a lot of an interesting story behind it. There's a bunch of characters that I really enjoyed talking to. I really liked how Fallout 2 was how we found out about the truth behind the vaults and what the vaults really were and stuff like that. And how, like, technically, the Chosen One, I think they're called, in Fallout 2, saves the world. Again. Alright, I gotta step away here for a moment. I think I'm gonna play a couple minutes of ads while I do. When I return, we'll get back on schedule to talk about the outdated YouTube blog thing and the games that I played recently, but we had to go over that shit. We really did, because that shit is funny. Yeah, that's the kind of shit that I'm getting at. Like, these are people that, like, have no relevance whatsoever in the communities that they claim don't want you to be in there, right? They're making a claim for an entire community, and they don't exist in that community. How fucking oxymoronic is that? They hate you because they ain't you, is basically how I look at it. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they have a legitimate gripe against you. I'm trying not to roll my eyes any harder, but damn. They gotta have something in their head that makes them dislike you. Anyways, I'll be right back. Do, 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 do.
Advertising on Spotify is easy. You just write a script, pick your background music, then let us create your ad for free. It's that easy. Learn more at ads.spotify.com.
Ready to explore the world's most mysterious phenomena? I'm Katrina, and you're invited to follow me through the labyrinth of history, nature, and mythology on my new podcast, Origins Explained. Each week, I'll dive into Earth's most captivating questions, unbelievable facts behind natural wonders, and curiosities about the animal kingdom. Join me as we adventure into the unknown by listening and following Origins Explained on Spotify.
Oh. Oh yeah, of course. Of course they would be. I wonder why. Making call-outs to people that, you know, irregardless of the facts, they just say it how it is. And it's like, when people don't agree with me, they're the ones that are wrong. They're enablers. They're also part of the problem. We have a lot of issues like that in the whole world. Not just specific places, but the whole fucking world has problems with people not doing their own due diligence and looking at the facts, or even just getting both sides of the story, you know? Because here's what's gonna happen. Anybody that, and I mean, I'll admit, I'm even a little guilty of this in this situation, in fact, as well. Because I'm immediately disregarding a lot of, now mind you, I have a personal bias, and the reason I have a personal bias is because, you know, we don't just talk on stream, we also talk outside of stream. Not often, but we still do. And it's really hard to, you know, fake a certain thought process. Because if people hate another group of people, they're not going to be like, oh, I'm going to sit here and act all friendly. Maybe they will. Maybe there are people that are that fucked up. But I find it hard to believe that you'd be one of them, considering, you know, some of our conversations off stream, some of the games that we played off stream, you know what I mean? Like, you don't go out of your way to chill and play some games with people when you're supposed to despise what they represent. Unless something's changed in all the years that I've been on this planet. And that is what you do nowadays. Mind you, I'm being super sarcastic right now. Wild. Actually wild. But yeah, it is kind of funny to also experience how different people interact with different things. I'm not going to say deal with, because there's really nothing to deal with when it comes to this shit. This is how you interact with it. You interact with it because I think you enjoy these idiots showing how stupid they are. Right? By their own ignorance. Because they're looking at shit that was said, they're looking at claims that were made about you from 2 fucking years ago? And the best part is, it is a claim that somebody's made. And I've listened to you talk on Jared's Discords. I've been a part of the fucking conversations as well. And it's like, I don't get where they got what they got. You know what I mean? I just don't get it. I don't get where they come up with this shit. Whatever. At the end of the day, you're always going to have people like that. Like, I look forward to the day I get haters. I really do. I'm so excited for it. Right? Because what the hell are they going to hate me for? I mean, I have a couple of thoughts what they're going to hate me for. And you know what I say? I welcome it. I welcome the hatred with open arms, because all it's going to do is fuel me to keep doing exactly what I'm doing, just to make sure you keep getting pissed off at my existence. My existence makes you that upset? Good. I couldn't give a shit about your existence, honestly. And that's why I don't interact with those people, because I don't want to expand the energy, right, on people like that. It amuses me, but it doesn't amuse me enough to where I'm like, let me stir the pot to get them really, really cranked up. You know what I mean? I want to see what I can get them, push them to say. You're the type of person that's like this. Let me stir the pot a little bit more, add a little bit of ghost pepper to spice it up. You know? You like poking the bear. I just ignore it. Because I don't give a damn. That's funny. So, because we finished Fallout 2, I also decided to do a run-through of Red Dead Redemption, Red Dead Revolver. I keep calling it Red Dead Redemption, but it's Red Dead Revolver. A game that is definitely 20 years old because the copyright's from 2004. Doesn't necessarily mean that's exactly when the game came out, but the game could have came out a little bit. When did Red Dead Revolver come out? Hold up, let's Google this. Red Dead Revolver. Yeah, 2004. It did come out in 2004. I thought so. So, that game came out in 2004, 20 years ago, and while it is a fun experience, it definitely does not hold up. The mechanics are bad. It feels more like a proof of concept for Red Dead Redemption than anything else. Right? But it's fun. I'll definitely play it again at some point off stream if I feel like it. Because I can get done with it real quick like. It took me two 3-hour parts basically to get through the game proper. And I got a little bit ragey on that game, I won't lie, but it was deserved. The bullshit that they threw at me at the end was insane. That, and I was a lot of my rage was coming from back in the day, me thinking about going through that experience, and I know it took me way longer than it did on stream to beat it, because when I first played that game, 20 years ago, when I was fucking 9, I spent days on some of those parts, some of those boss fights. And you want to know what the worst part is? I don't know how I beat them, because I don't remember ever stunning some of the bosses. I must have literally just got RNG lucky and stunned them at the right time. Or I figured it out and I don't remember I figured it out, because I had to relearn what the stun effect was. Because the only way to really defeat any of the bosses in Red Dead Revolver are to stun the boss, so you can do extra damage to them. And each boss has a different way that it gets stunned. Like, one of the bosses has to miss a melee attack. Another, you have to shoot while it's jumping in midair or just before it throws a knife at you. It's kind of insane, in all honesty, how wild some of those boss fights actually were. And I will say, Numoic banned a in-game action to prevent me from shooting, and I actually figured out how to beat a boss that I remember having so much trouble with back in the day. You basically just have to use the very bare bones stealth mechanic of Red Dead Revolver in order to get through the boss fight that I'm thinking of. But yeah, they are they are definitely weird. Would I recommend Red Dead Revolver? Yeah, I would. I played it on emulator, and it had a couple of visual issues, but overall, the main thing was playing the game, and it was still a blast and a half. Yeah. I played Enlisted, and I blew up ranting, right? Because the entire time I played on stream, I was defending. And I wanted to get a couple of assaults. Like, I wanted to do an assault, because it's like capture the flag type of thing, like capture the zone. But it was defending every fucking time. And my teammates didn't know their fucking their asshole from a hole in the ground, basically, with how ignorant they were being towards some of the bullshit that was occurring. But like, you ask for people to mark, they don't mark. You ask for people to place down certain things, they don't do that. You tell them to do this, they do the opposite. And it's like, guys, how has this game been out for this long and you're still as fucking difficult as you are? Vanilla Tweaks resource pack? No, I did not add a Vanilla Tweaks resource pack. Maybe. I'll definitely add more mods and stuff like that in the future playthroughs that I do of this game. But right now, I'm kind of just like, I'll think about it. That's what I can promise. I'll think about it. I can't promise that I'll remember to put it in. Or whatever. Anyway. It probably will make things look a little bit better, for sure. Yeah, I'll probably do that. It shouldn't be... It's just a visual thing, so it shouldn't be that bad at all. Unless the resource pack comes with it. Thank you. That'll help me actually do this. Crafting tweaks? Interesting. I didn't know there was... Okay, I might have to look into that. That adds a little bit more weight to it. All cosmetic. Yeah. Well, I'll look at that for future playthroughs, like I said, because this playthrough, I'm trying to keep bare bones, honestly. Just for, like... Basically, this is one of my things of playing a game unmodded, even though there are mods. The mods are more for quality of life than anything else. And after I do this, I'll probably mod this game quite a bit whenever I play it in the future. Yeah, HUD to be dark mode. Got it. So, like, if you do that, it's... Got it. Yeah, okay, I like that kind of shit. Alright, I'll look into that for sure. Good looking, Rhett. Good looking. But yeah, I got a bit ragey at Enlisted. And when I say a bit ragey, I did a desk slam that required me to fix my webcam thing flopping down. The cam cover, as well as peaking my mic for a bit. So there's that. But not only that, oh, shit. It made me think of an idea of, like, in the future, if I... Because I write, right? I write in a notepad thing, and I write just random ideas that come across my mind for stream, emote things. I just write whatever crosses my mind. And I had to rewrite something because the page got fucked up, right? So I was rewriting it. As I was rewriting it, I was like, wait, I rewrote the exact same thing, but it's taken up less space. And I realized when I wrote the first thing, I was a bit angry, I guess I could say, for lack of better words. Like I was just I was letting that rage fester a little bit, which I don't normally like to do. I normally like to scream and shout and let it all out, like I did with Enlisted. But I guess I really needed that vent, because when I'm not fuming, my writing is a bit tighter, a bit closer together. So I thought that was something that was actually interesting. Like I was like, holy shit. Apparently I was actually I didn't think I was festering that rage, but I guess I was. Because after I bitched about Enlisted shit, I felt like relaxed. And the main reason it was festering is because I've been playing that game off stream a lot, and that shit has just been, I've been defending constantly, losing constantly while playing as the United States, and it's just been building up and building up and building up. And then finally I just exploded. And I was like, you know what? I think I need to pick a day and just have play a rage game. Mind you, it's not going to be any time in the near future, because we're going to be playing Elden Ring soon. And if there's one thing I can promise you about Elden Ring, it's going to be I'm going to be raging when I play that game, because it's the perfect storm to get me pissed off and to get me loud. Oh, okay, that's pretty cool. Yeah, I'm probably gonna look into that then after stream, probably. I need to plant those other trees back down. What else? But yeah, so probably after, like, if I ever play a rage game, we probably won't have a dedicated rage stream. But if it's been a long time and I haven't really gotten it out of my system, I'll probably play a game that, like, Enlisted or whatever, and I'll just scream and shout and let it all out.
The best thing you did for yourself each day was also the easiest. It's all about small, simple habits that make a real impact on your health. AG1 simplifies your routine with one daily scoop of 75 vitamins, probiotics, and whole food sourced ingredients. In less than 60 seconds, you're nourishing your entire body and setting yourself up to rock your day.
So this is what we're gonna. So we just got done with what I've been playing, right, on stream. Now we're gonna dive into what I plan to play upcoming. Like I just said, Elden Ring. The more I think about it, the more I'm like, maybe I want to delay a little bit, because I don't know if I'll be able to.
Like, I kind of want to start playing in mid-May, because it's
mid-June when the DLC comes out, right? So I'm wondering whether or not I want to play the Elden Ring DLC. Like, I want to play it when it drops, of course. But do I want to play Elden Ring for that long? Now, mind you, if you break it down into 3-hour parts, let's do this right now. If I broke it down into 3-hour parts, and I had another 150-hour playthrough, it would be the 5th and the 6th, I would be playing Elden Ring for at least 3 hours. So that's 6 hours right there, right? Since it's the first Sunday of the month, we're going to do our sponsorship stream then, instead of on the 3rd Sunday, because of how the sponsorship campaigns refresh. Then, we'll have another 9 hours, so on top of the 6, that's 15 hours, right? 15 hours for that playthrough, and we're on the 14th, right? Then you go to 24 hours for the 21st. Then you have 33 hours to the 28th. Now, mind you, this is a game that I'll probably do multiple parts in, lose track of time, what have you. Actually, it might be a good idea to start Elden Ring then, if I do it that way. And for a secondary game, I could actually do Fallout Tactics or something like that. Because the first couple of days are probably going to be like multi-part Elden Ring streams. Now that I'm breaking it down like that, they might be multi-part Elden Ring streams. And by the time the DLC comes out on the 21st or whatever it is, I'll probably actually be at that point in the game because of how long. Yeah, it's gonna take a long fucking time to get through the game because of how I do it. Honestly, I just like doing it this way though. I might do that. I might actually play Elden Ring as well as like Fallout Tactics and stuff like that. I'll think about it. Still not 100%. Still not 100%. What I'm gonna do though. That kind of sucks that we need to get 68 and we only stacked to 64. But oh well, not that big of a deal. Yeah, I'm liking that idea. The more I think about it. I'll have to install Elden Ring after stream today. Or just before I go to bed or whatever. But yeah, we'll probably be playing that soon. And that will be a rage game. I won't always be ragey. But like, there'll probably be a couple of days where I'll be stuck on a boss and go from there. We'll see though. Mind you, the last time that I played Elden Ring, I actually was focusing on a main game. And still took quite a while for me to get through it. So now with my new system I have set up, I wonder how long it's going to take. Like how many days of streaming that game it's going to take. After Elden Ring, I'm not 100% sure. Like, I'm not sure exactly what I'm going to do for the secondary game. Like, I'll still play Enlisted off stream a little bit. But I think I might try and have 2 main games. Elden Ring being the primary, and then, like, Fallout Tactics leading up to Gun. And then switch back and forth between Elden Ring and Gun. Which sounds weird. But if that's what I feel like doing, that's what I'll do. Let's go through here and collect some watermelon. I kind of want to see how many we're going to get here. And that pretty much wraps up for what I have planned for the future. Because, like, it's still up in the air. I'm not 100% sure what we're going to be doing. I know, like I said, I'm still going to be going through the Fallout games. Fallout Tactics. Checking it out at the very least is next. Then we'll get Fallout 3, New Vegas, 4. And that's going to take a long time as well. Fallout 4 is going to take a while to get through because of how much I'm going to mod it. And then Fallout 76, I have no idea how long that playthrough is going to be. But there we go. Anyways. But whatever I decide to do, I'll have fun doing it. I know that much. And I will play, like I said, I'll play in Elden Ring until I get, like I do with any game like that, until I get, quote-unquote, done with it. There'll come a time where my brain will go, alright, you're getting close to the end, no matter what, just beat it. And it's one of those things that kind of sucks, but as soon as my brain starts to think that, like, Red Dead Redemption 2 kind of fucked with me a bit. And the reason it kind of fucked with me a bit is because I had 3 days in a row where I thought I'd be able to beat the game, and I did like a 12-hour stream for each of those 3 days, which made me exhausted, just so I could beat the game. And like, I wasn't really fucking around either. Yeah, I was messing around a bit, but I was trying to focus on the main story, finishing up the game, and it still took 3 12-hour streams to get through that shit. And it's like, that game is a long game. Mind you, I had a couple goals that I wanted to finish, and I did finish those goals, but damn, did it feel like it took a ridiculously long time to get to the point of finishing those goals. Aw, motherfucker. Where the fuck am I? Damn it. I've been filling this in, right? I've actually been... Oh, whoops. I've actually been filling that in, but it's so hard for me to do because of the way that I have to fill it in from top. Like, oh, fucking hell. I think my villagers died here. Motherfuckers! I'm glad I noticed that.
30 even.
90 points!
Now that I'm getting 3 times the points with the Navy Federal Normal American Express card. Learn more at NavyFederal.org. Navy Federal Credit Union. Our members are the mission. Navy Federal is insured by NCUA.
Fan armies have squad goals, but you can add goals. Spotify's Ads Manager lets you choose
Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Motherfuckers.
Advertising on Spotify is a choice any squad can get behind. Learn more at ads.spotify.com.
I hear a villager. I'm so aggravated about that, I really am. Holy shit, that is so annoying. Oh, what? Now you want to get back in, you fucking idiot? Come on. Yeah, now you're in, dumbass. Go. Fucking moron. Oh, we can't actually do that? Wait. Awesome. When I fix this up, after I get done, we'll go back over. We'll continue with the topics of conversation to discuss about. Like, previously it was just what I've been playing, what I plan to play, and next is like, oh, things that I caught my interest on Twitter, or things that I want to just talk about overall. So aggravated. So, topics of conversation. Steam updated their refund policy, so users can't play hundreds of hours of early access games and then refund during official release. I find it hilarious because a game that recently officially released outside of early access is none other than 7 Days to Die. So, I guess I need more lighting for this area? I'll need to figure it out. I need to figure out how exactly I need to do the lighting, how far away I need to do it. Because the lighting around the lighting around here should be perfectly fine. It's over here that the problem starts to begin. I think this is too big of a gap, like right here. Like where I'm standing right here. It's too dark. So I'm gonna have to put lighting down in the middle at the very least. Hilariously enough, I think I'll need to wait till nighttime to work on the lamp posts. But for the time being, I'm just going to leave it as is. And make sure I keep track of the time so that I go to sleep when I'm supposed to go to sleep. I lost track of time when I was collecting those watermelons. "28 years later" is apparently getting worked on right now, which is something I'm very interested in, or intrigued by, I should say, at the very least, due to the fact that I watched both 28 Days and 28 Weeks Later. If you don't know what that is, it's basically a zombie film, but the zombies aren't traditional, like, shambling zombies. They're like more infected than anything else. And the generalized premise is main character wakes up 28 days after shit's gone pear-shaped and woke up from a coma in a hospital, which is very ironic because it's a very similar start to The Walking Dead. Main character wakes up, you know, a couple of who knows how long after shit's gone pear-shaped from a coma. Escape from Tarkov. Speaking of idiots, Escape from Tarkov. Ooh, the drama that's happened on that game has been crazy to watch. Right? Individuals like, oh, we got this new version of the game. It's called the Unheard of Edition. Lots of memes about Unheard of Edition, by the way. That was a fun name to make fun of. And the fact that it is a 120 United States dollars, USD, 250, what was it, 250 something? Like, basically, the price is ridiculous for what it's offering. And DLC is supposed to be free with the EOD version. But that wasn't given to the EOD version for free. Mind you, I don't know if anything new has happened recently or what, but what I do know is it's complete and utter bullshit that they're doing what they're doing and just being like, yep, it's okay. That has actually made me to the point to where I'm now like, nah, I think I'm never gonna get that game. Like, I was kind of in the boat where I was actually looking forward to potentially getting Escape from Tarkov. I was actually excited to get Escape from Tarkov potentially in the future. But every time I've been like, oh, I'm going to get the game, some sort of shit has popped up that made me go, maybe I'll let it cook some more. This is the latest example. This is kind of one of the things of the straw breaking the camel's back, though, because I'm like, what in the fuck is wrong with you? Are you serious? There's no way I'm going to get a game that's when the company's doing that kind of shit. I also love how I can't harvest these fast enough. I'm harvesting as fast as I can, and it seems like more are growing in their place as I harvest them. That's not necessarily a bad thing. It's great for the economy, at least my economy, and making it grow. Not so much great for the NPCs' economy, because they're going to be giving me a lot of emeralds in the near future. Mind you, I need to replace all my farmers because they keep fucking dying, and I need to do lighting. Lighting is one of my biggest issues that I need to work on in this game. Truthfully. I really need to fill this all in. I really do. I've just been procrastinating and, like, focused on other shit, though. It's just wild to me to see, like... There was an interview that the head dude recently did with a well-known content creator in the Escape from Tarkov community. And the individual had the audacity to make claims about certain things, and then, a couple days later, say, hey, we're releasing this edition of the game. It's literally just a cash grab. Please give us your money. Only they didn't say please. But yeah, that was kind of one of those things where it's like, with the fact that there are so many other extraction shooters that are going to be coming out soon, that and some of the tweets that the official Battlestate Games account tweeted out during this, fuck them. They ain't gonna see my money. I'll give it to another fucking better extraction shooter in more ways than just the game being better. The company as well, honestly. It would take a lot. It would take a lot for them to get me to go, all right, I'll get the Escape from Tarkov now. Honestly, fuck. All right, I'm gonna have to step away again here. When I return, we're going to be talking about the analysis of Star Wars, the Clone Wars, the animated series, episodes, what, 6 and 7? Not a lot to go over today when it comes to topics of conversation, because the biggest thing that was came up, in all honesty, was most assuredly the bullshit with Escape from Tarkov. There was some other shit too, a new scene from like a Dungeons and Dragons anime or some shit. I don't know. Basically, some shit went down with that got a lot of people talking about that show. Made me interested in potentially checking it out. Alright, I'll be right back. Alright. So, how we always kind of start the analysis for the Star Wars episode has changed over the last couple of times that I've done it. Well, since the last couple of times that I've done it, where I've hemmed and hawed about going back and forth of like, hey, should I say word for word what I said or should I not? And I think I'm not gonna do the word for word shit anymore. In all honesty, I'm gonna use my I'll word for word say what the quote of the episode is because I really do like the quotes. But for the generalized information, I'm just gonna use this as a means of like, all right, this is the kind of shit that I want to talk about. Because in all honesty, the episodes are quite simplistic when you break them down and what their plot points are and stuff like that. And I do have to say, there are certain things that I'll like glance over and I might bring up multiple times because of how the things are. So, last episode, from this point, was actually revolving around the clones, Rex, what are their names? Don't do this. It was... It's Commander, is it Corey? Rex, Heavy, and a couple of other people we got introduced to as well. Fives and Echo. We got introduced to those characters. And we got to see them basically being the heroes over the Jedi. Right? Like, there were no Jedi in this episode, really, that were able to come in and help save the day. It was all up to the clones, which was really awesome to see. That was last episode. They prevented Grievous from taking out Kamino. This episode, somehow, Grievous knows exactly where their ships are going to be, and they've been getting ambushed. Like, it's insane to me how they talk about how that, and their immediate response was, well, he has to have a secret listening post somewhere. Of course they do have a secret listening post, but that comes in later. But it's like, all right, how has no one brought up the fact that Amidala got a secret mission from Palpatine? How has that still not been brought up yet, in all honesty? I don't get it. Anyway. So this episode was basically them trying to figure out a way how to stop the ambushes from occurring because they keep losing. They lost like a battle at. Well, I wrote it down. Hold on. Where was it? Okay, so the losses, they got ambushed. Grievous's ships did. Grievous likes the word impossible. He says that all the fucking time. Impossible! Not impossible, because it keeps happening. You keep losing battle after battle after battle, and the only reason you've been winning is because the person who's been, is like, who created the army to go up against the separatists is the one that's giving you the information that you're utilizing to win. Anytime you don't get the information you need, you get your ass handed to you. Because you're not really a good general, Grievous. You're not. You're not even that good at fucking lightsaber fighting because of what we see later on in episode 8, I think it is. Or, what was it? 6 and 7? Yeah, no. 7 and 8. 7, 8, I think. Regardless. The quote of the episode is, trust in your friends and they'll have reason to trust in you. The quote of episode 6. Yep. Alright, so we're 6 and 7. Alright, yeah, that's fine. It's very interesting how quickly it starts off with them setting up an ambush to go up against Grievous and his vessels. Which was a very interesting ambush. What blew my mind, though, is like, alright, so Grievous's 6 or 7 ships are coming after the Star Destroyers. They're sending out their fighter jets or whatever, their little bombers or whatever it is, and they're not fighting back. Like, I don't know why they didn't open fire on the enemy vessels, but they allowed one of their Star Destroyers to get wiped out. Literally, it just gets blown up, and it's like, that's how much money and lives were just lost for an ambush. For an ambush against these 6 ships and a droid. Now, mind you, this is another case where after the ambush succeeds, Grievous abandons ship, and every other vessel gets destroyed. So that's a lot of, like the amount of loss that is experienced on both sides is astronomical. It's actually fucking insane when you start breaking it down. The war is insanely costly in so many different ways. I'm kind of running around because I don't even know what the hell I'm doing right now in this game. Also, I noticed that Grievous seems to have this cough, and I was confused as to why Grievous has a cough. Like, you would think that considering their whole body is a prosthetic, technically, because I think the only thing that's actually them are their internal organs in the chest area, the brain and stuff like that. I'm not 100% sure about the lore of General Grievous, but I kind of wish they made Grievous a little bit more of his other animated series counterpart. Then again, his other series animated counterpart was such a badass that it wouldn't make sense for him to have gotten taken out the way that Grievous got taken out in episode 3 of the live-action films. Again, I kind of am jumping ahead of myself. It is hilarious how... I don't remember exactly... Oh, this is how it happens. A piece of debris gets lodged in Anakin's ship, when he went out to go after the other ships, and it's so easy to take out those separatist vessels. Like, one ship, a couple of blasts to the bridge, and the whole fucking ship blew up. What? That's insane. Absolutely insane. I want to get a nice stockpile of logs. That's what I need to do. I need to work on getting a nice stockpile of logs, but I'll worry about doing that later. Yeah, like, it didn't make any sense to me when they were doing the battle against Grievous's ships. Because, like, even if it is ambush, why are you not fighting back? Like, that doesn't make sense to let yourself, like, let a ship get sacrificed like that. Because, in all honesty, any of those ships could have gotten blown up. And one of those ships has the Jedi Padawan Ahsoka on it. And it's like, you put a lot at risk there just to take out a fleet. Because if in all honesty, you got to break it down. If they're willing to lose as many things as they're losing and keep fighting, they must have they have limitless because of how the world is. But I wish they would at some point break down. I'm gonna have to look it up. Honestly, I'm gonna have to look up and see if anyone else has done the math on it and figure out what the actual total loss is at the end of this analysis for the series. Because it's insane. Yeah, this is one of the episodes that I actually kind of talk about a couple things that don't get really confirmed, because I remembered how the ambush happened. They basically had a whole bunch of tanks on the asteroids, and it blew my mind that for whatever reason, before they started firing, they noticed them. The droids noticed the clones on the tanks on the asteroids, or in the tanks on the asteroids. But it didn't really matter regardless, because the ship still got blown up, and Grievous just fucking abandoned ship. He doesn't tell people to leave. Oh, they couldn't leave because of the warp drive or whatever. But Anakin chases after Grievous. His ship gets injured. The ship blows up, or gets damaged. He gets rescued. And R2-D2 gets lost. Now, that wouldn't normally be a big deal, but it is because they left R2-D2's memory intact. And also, Obi-Wan Kenobi's a bit of a dick. Because he immediately, when brought up about losing R2-D2, he goes, Anakin, you know how attachments are bad. And he's like, well, see, the thing is, it's not that I was attached to the droid. It's also that I didn't wipe the droid's memory. And of course, Ahsoka comes in to be like, but... having that memory on R2-D2 has come in clutch. And it's true. A droid that's doing their job would come in clutch. I have a couple complaints to go on as we continue on with this. Irregardless of that, though, a junk trader dude actually ends up picking up R2-D2. Anakin and Ahsoka go on the ship and question dude. The dude even says when Anakin flashes how much money he has, he even says about having an R2 droid in the back. Now, mind you, let's go back a little bit, because before they leave, they pick up a replacement droid for navigation and stuff like that, and that replacement droid is R3-S6. It's an R3 unit, which is supposed to be better than an R2 unit. This droid has fucked up at every occasion, right? It's supposed to open the door, it closes it. It's supposed to turn the lights off, it turns them on. Right? Like the droid just like not having any, like, making mistakes that make sense when you think about how droids are, how their programming is. Like, oh, it makes sense, just look at the battle droids. But here's the thing. You would think it would be defective and you'd want to get a new droid or something like that because of what it's been doing. If I had a droid that fucked up as many times as S6 did, I'm getting rid of that droid. I'm not going to lie. I can't have a piece of technology, a tool, that's defective. No. Gonna get who knows how many people killed? Keep giving it a chance? Honestly, I'm kind of agreeing with Obi-Wan. Yeah, Obi-Wan's kind of a dick for being like, it's just a droid. He's right, though. It's just a fucking droid. Yeah, it has a memory. That doesn't mean shit when you can just press a fucking button and all of a sudden it's a new droid. Because it's been refreshed. Also, the fact that R2-D2 is around for as long as it is, R2-D2 is around for at least 60 years. I think. Maybe 50. 40 to 50 years at least. 60 might be pushing it. Anyways. That droid that they pick up, the R3 unit, and it fucks up as much as it does, but that's fine. All right, let's just continue on with ourselves. The junker dude gets mad at them after they take out the assassin droids that R3 activated. And of course he had the droid, and he calls up Grievous and talks about the deal that they made. And as I'm thinking about it, I'm like, wait a minute. You're selling the R2-D2 unit to Grievous. What's to stop Grievous from killing you after he gets the droid? Right? What's to stop him from doing that? Whatever. Let's move on with ourselves. So, we go a little bit of a back and forth between Anakin, Ahsoka, the R3 unit, and the R2 unit, and Grievous, right? There's a lot of hopping around on these episodes. Because this conversation is going to go over the two episodes together, right? Because it really basically, when they fail to rescue R2-D2, it goes right on into the next episode, because they do fail, right? It's basically just a plot establishment to be like, okay, they cannot get their hands on R2-D2, but they have. And if they get the information, everything's bad. Like, they'll have all the information, which is so fucking ironic to me to think about, because it actually did make me feel, now that I'm thinking about it retroactively, I feel a bit aggravated with myself for how worried I got for if Grievous got a hold of the droid. It doesn't matter if he has all your plans, because of Palpatine giving the plans away readily in case, like, if the fucking... If the Republic starts to win, Sidious will give Grievous information. If the Separatists start to win, Palpatine will give information to the Republic. They're the same person. For fuck's sake. And no one questions this shit. Ever. And it's like, it's the most obvious shit in the world. And it's like, let's play devil's advocate for a minute, though. My biggest, like, up to this point, okay, maybe I've been a bit harsh on Palpatine. The thing that kind of blows that wide open is the fact that the motherfucker gave Padme Amidala, a secret mission and gave her coordinates that led her into the gaping maw of the Malevolence, Grievous's main ship, before it was blown up. Like, that is wild to me.
Imagine being at the forefront of the industry, earning top-tier pay and mastering your craft with cutting-edge journeyman courses. That's not all. Safety is our priority, and we provide the best health plans in the business. Miss out on the chance to elevate your career. Visit Plumbers 54.
Yeah, also, the way that they entered the Junker ship was kind of wild to me, because they just entered the ship, and they didn't ask for permission, nothing like that.
Have squad goals, but you have ad goals. Spotify's ads manager lets you choose the objective that works for your business. However you optimize your campaign.
I was right also about the assassination droids that went after the clones on the previous episode. I did call them assassination droids, and then I second-guessed myself because I was like, that doesn't... No, they're assassination droids. They're early-grade assassination droids. I like the farms. I really do. The farms look good. I'm not going to harvest... Oh, that's right. I also forgot to show this off. This is the other thing I did off-stream. Yeah, the fact that they kind of, like, Ahsoka was when Anakin was starting to threaten the Junker with the lightsaber, Ahsoka was like, what are you doing? And it's like, okay, that dude has flip-flopped a couple of times about whether or not he has an R2 unit. He denied it, denied it, denied it. You flashed a couple of creds, and he was like, oh, I have an R2 unit in the back. But then, he went back on that previous statement and immediately calls up Grievous right after. The only reason they even find out where R2 is because R2-D2 pumps out the signal to Anakin. They pick it up, trace it down, and actually go to where not only the listening post that they're supposed to be looking for is, but also R2 is. I was so confused at the personality, or like what was up with the Junker, because the Junker dude was talking to Grievous at a couple of parts like he was a part of their army. Like, yes, General. Like, if I was a black market trader dude and I was trying to sell something to somebody, first of all, I wouldn't try to change the deal and get more money. Right? Second of all, I would not be doing anything in person with somebody like Grievous. I'd be like, all right, send me the money. Here's the droid. I'm out. And even then, I probably wouldn't want to work for Grievous anyways. Grievous would be working for me, because I would be the Dark Lord of the Sith. I would be the one with unlimited power! So yeah, the episode pretty much wraps up, like, right after they failed to get R2. Right? Like, Anakin says something about knowing R2's still out there. Hilariously enough, you were right next to him, but Ahsoka convinced you to leave. Like, so many common sense issues. So many common sense issues. Because earlier on, the R3 unit that Anakin takes out on the ship, this is how Ahsoka gets involved, because Anakin goes out by themselves with the R3 unit. The R3 unit activates the distress signal, causing Ahsoka to come up to try and help him out. Luckily, she does, because Grievous shows up to take out Anakin because of the droid doing that. And the droid only started to work with Anakin a little bit when he talks about the droid blowing up as well if I blow up. Like, there's a lot going on in these episodes. Oh, I made a joke about R2 apparently having a similar setup to Skynet from Fallout 2, where maybe R2-D2 has a cybernetic brain. Grievous at least is learning from his mistakes a little bit and telling them to fire everything at Anakin. And the droid was like, but it's one ship. And Grievous was like, everything. It's a Jedi controlling that ship. Even with a spy droid. And yes, R3-S6 was a spy droid. Which is another big red fucking flag. Well, hold on. That's in the next episode. What's the quote for the next episode? Episode 7 quote is, hold on to friends by keeping their heart a little soft, by keeping your heart a little softer than your head. That's probably one of my favorite ones. Keep your heart softer than your head. Like, don't be stubborn and like, that's great. That's a good quote. Good quote. So, basically what this boils down to is, because of R2-D2, they discover where the listening post is. I even bring up the fact early on in the episode is I think this is when R2 and R3 have a battle to the death, which is kind of it was an awesome fight in all honesty. But it was ridiculous because when the reveal happens and we get to see that R3 is a traitor, I went on a little bit of a rant. I paused it for like a moment, the video, to talk about this because it was insane to me that they're not questioning that. Wait a minute. You've just been given a new droid that's been programmed to assist you in a certain way, and it's a spy droid. How in the fuck can that be possible? This is the thing that's supposed to be helping out the clone republic, not the droid separatists, and it does. Why isn't somebody looking into that? I'd be immediately going, okay, where did the droid come from? Who programmed the droid? Let's start doing some background checks, people, because how in the fuck can that droid... They literally just fucking do that with it, basically. Oh, that sucks. R3-S6 was a spy. Oh, well. It's programmed by somebody to be a spy, for fuck's sake. How in the goddamn hell did you not look into that? But yeah, we actually did get to see a little bit of Grievous's skill. And what I mean by that is the lack thereof. Because Grievous was able to take out most of the clones that went with Ahsoka in order to blow up the ship, the listening post, while Anakin went to go rescue R2-D2, right? Grievous shows up because, of course, Ahsoka is with R3, and the droid makes it to where they have to fight their way through. R3 being a spy caused the death of quite a few droids. Did I say droids? I meant clones. My bad. It also caused the death of quite a few droids as well, but my point still stands. At the end of the day, the clones are basically just flesh droids because they're clones. They're literally viewed as a disposable tool. And regardless of what the Jedi think or feel, it's what everybody else feels as well. Because why would the Republic give a shit about clones dying? They would give a shit about their own people dying. Hell, the main thing is, whenever anybody works with the Republic, they're not bringing out their own troops, I've noticed. It's only ever been clones or Jedi that have perished. I haven't seen a Jedi die yet, I don't think, but we've heard about different battles being lost. So all we've really ever seen is a lot of loss of money. Yes, the clones have a bit more weight to them because they have a different personality. Hell, they even have different voices and shit like that as well. And different accents and stuff like that. But previous episodes kind of went to show us how different the personalities of these droids, of these clones, can be. I'm going to do that a lot, and I apologize. The main reason I'm doing it is because I'm not really focused on what I'm saying right now. I'm more focused on doing this. But yeah, these two episodes were basically, it was basically one episode put together. Like a two-parter type thing. And, of course, Grievous escapes again. And, of course, they blow up the listening post. But while the listening post is about to collapse to its doom, R2 and R3 are having a death battle, which was awesome to watch. Like, it was really interesting to see how the fight went between them, and I enjoyed it. Ahsoka versus Grievous. At first I was really excited by it, but then I went, wait a minute. Grievous is barely able to defeat a Jedi Padawan. Grievous is a bitch, basically. Like, you cannot look me in the face and say Grievous is a badass in the animated series, like the official animated series, when he's able to beat a Jedi, and it's only an apprentice level Jedi. Now, mind you, that in of itself is not entirely accurate due to how, well, then again, when Grievous makes the claim about adding a lightsaber to his collection, he didn't finish off. He had a chance to finish off Ahsoka and didn't take it because he gloats too much. When Grievous thinks he wins, he gloats. If Grievous was a bit more serious about shit, the Separatists would have won. But mind you, that's not what Palpatine really wants. He wants the war to go as long as it possibly can in order to try to get as much power as he possibly can and to diminish the Senate's power. I am the Senate, as he goes to say later on in the series. What else do we got? Earlier I made a comment about Obi-Wan admonishing Anakin for being attached to a droid and how attachments are against the Jedi Order, and I was like, that's such a fucking hypocritical bullshit statement. Because in all honesty, I was reading a time travel fanfic that was basically focused on Darth Vader's perspective. Like, at the start of things, Darth Vader gets sent to the past with a lot of shit going on, right? And he gets sent into the first movie, basically. Long story short, Darth Vader at one point has a conversation with Obi-Wan about attachments and how, realistically, you're not getting rid of attachments. You're just making sure the attachments are to the Jedi Order and the Jedi Master that trains you as a Padawan, right? Even the Council. You have attachments to the Council as well, because Obi-Wan tells Anakin to listen to exactly and do exactly what the Council tells you to do. And it's like, you're an indoctrinated soldier for the Council that is working for the Republic government. Which again, a lot of my complaints are about that. And it's actually, like, some of this shit, I've gotten a lot of ideas. Like, one of the reasons why I have a tendency to not watch as many media type things like I do is because when I do, I start getting ideas, right? Mind you, a lot of my ideas revolve around, like, doing something with the droids, or making the bad guys the main character and stuff like that. And that mainly has to pertain to, I feel like, mind you, it's not always. A lot of the time, what I'll do is I'll make the quote-unquote good characters the main thing. But sometimes I like changing things up and giving myself a challenge, because if there's something that's very easy to do, it's to have a good guy stay good. What's difficult is to have a good guy become a bad guy, in quotation marks, and have that still be the main character that the viewers or the readers would be interested in seeing the perspective of. Anyways, I digress. It feels like every other episode, we also see Grievous backhand and destroy a droid. Like, it's a running gag with Grievous to destroy a droid. Which, again, in the grand scheme of things, Dooku might complain, But it doesn't really matter, and the main reason it doesn't really matter is because at the end of the day, the whole vessel got blown up. Mind you, it's weird that they don't have any way to preserve the droids. Like, you would think they would try to save as much... Hell, if a ship's gonna go down, you would think they would want to, like, put some droids on an escape vessel, but it's not an escape vessel. It'd be a kamikaze vessel that would launch itself to the starships, try and enter the ship, and then send the droids in there. Like, if you're gonna lose the vessel anyways, you might as well make use out of it in some way, shape, or form. You know? Like, it wouldn't really make too much sense to have escape vessels on a ship filled with non-organics. But at the same time, why not? Because if you can use those escape vessels to try and mitigate the losses, that's a good thing. You're saving time and effort it takes to create new droids. You're saving the money that it takes to create the droids. The programming that goes into it. If you did that, you can probably afford to put better programming into the droids. Again, I digress. So, what this episode boiled down to was, we're getting fucked. Let's ambush them for a change. Okay, we had some losses, but we succeeded in ambushing them. Oh shit, Anakin's hurt. Oh shit, we lost R2-D2 and we really need to fix that issue because of the fact that we never wiped his memory, so all of our information is on R2-D2's memory shit. Shit as in C-H-I-T, like the chip. Memory shit. Anyways. And then they get a new droid. Gold droid for gold leader and stuff like that. Like, some of the jokes, the slapstick comedy is pretty good. At one point, the droids were having a conversation about going to get their head realigned, and the other droid goes, "Oh yeah, ask for, like, do this or whatever. You'll feel great." And right after saying that, a clone rips the droid's head off. That was talking about getting a head realigned, and I laughed out loud when that happened. I was like, "Holy shit, that's funny." But yeah, the analysis of Star Wars in the future is going to break down more like this, where I kind of just, like, look through and go, alright, do I want to talk about specific things here, like, as I speed read this, right? Like, it is actually phenomenal how, like, okay, so they got a new R3 unit that is a spy for Grievous. How does that not bring up more red flags right off the rip? Like, I'm not even talking about with Palpatine, right? I just mean, legitimately, how does not a single person be like, oh, hey, there's got to be a traitor high up somewhere? Like, I know there's the shroud that prevents the Jedi from seeing the Sith and all that. Evil glory and all that. I get that. But what I don't get is, like, the obvious shit. And what I mean by the obvious shit is Yoda giving the lightsabers back to the Sith apprentice. Senator Palpatine giving coordinates to a very important senator, which leads directly into the midst of a battle in front of the Malevolence Dreadnought. And then, not even, okay, like, Palpatine, if they got their information from somewhere, where did they get their information? Where's the leak? Where's the spy? There has to be. There has to be something higher up if you're getting shit like that. And no one's questioning it. All they're doing is fighting the war. That's all that's on their mind, is fight, 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 fight. I hate common sense issues, right? Yeah, I really only have a few complaints, and the biggest complaints I really had were about the fact that no one seemed to really acknowledge that there has to be a traitor. And I'm probably going to bitch about that a lot in the future. And I'm still waiting for the Sith Apprentice to show up and cause a lot of issues. Like, I'm looking forward to when I can see the Sith Apprentice, and the next time I see Yoda, I can scream at the top of my lungs, "Their blood is on your hands, you little green bastard!" Because there are going to be some clones that are going to die to this Apprentice. I just know it. I don't exactly remember how it goes down, but I remember that she fucks people up. Hell, she might even take out another Jedi at some point, if I'm not mistaken. again, my memory could be fuzzy because I remembered Heavy a lot more prevalently than I should have of, in all honesty. Heavy was in one fucking episode. Rex is more common than anybody else. Rex is like a main character. And I do remember Fives and Echo and all that. The more that I think about them, the more that I kind of start, like, the picture's starting to get in my mind. But yeah, there's going to be moments in the future where I'm going to bring up, oh yeah, that's right, this happens in this episode, doesn't it? And yeah, it did. I did remember R2 and R3 having a fight to the death, and it was actually a really good fight, even though it was as simplistic as it was. The droid shaking its head no when R2 was starting to saw off the little rope that it attached itself to so it didn't get thrown off the listening post was so amusing to me, because it was like, no, wait, no, wait. Right, it was doing that shit, and then R2 cut the cord, and it immediately screamed, got smacked by something, and blew into bits, and I was like, good job, R2. Which, again, how in the fuck are they not looking into that? Hell, I almost want to make, like, a little, like, a one-shot story type thing where it's based around some sort of investigative force that gets created in order to investigate for spies, and they accidentally stumble across Palpatine being a Sith Lord. That would be hilarious. Like a one-shot story where they reveal it, and because they reveal it, things end differently. Mind you, they would still have to fight the war, right? Like, the war wouldn't magically end with Palpatine, but things would drastically change because you no longer have somebody so high up in the military playing both sides, which, again, it's so fucking stupid that there's been no one to question this shit up to this point. Like, are you fucking kidding me, man? But yeah, these episodes were relatively straightforward. We lost R2-D2. We need to save R2-D2. We found R2-D2. We've saved R2-D2. That's basically what these two episodes were. Right? Very simplistic. A bunch of good choreography for the fights. We got to see a little bit of Grievous in action against Ahsoka, which, again, if you really think about it, it's not that impressive due to the fact that Grievous has these lightsabers. How did Grievous get them? Did he just pick them up the side of the fucking road? Because, holy shit, I wish Grievous had a bit more skill. Like, it still doesn't make the way that they got rid of Grievous any better, but if you really break it down, a lot of people kind of die in an ignorable way, or whatever the hell the word is I'm looking for, because just look at Qui-Gon. Qui-Gon feels like they got obliterated so fucking simply by Darth Maul. Also, Palpatine's name is Sheev Palpatine. I've actually been doing more research on Palpatine. I found out what their background is, and it's actually wild how good some people are at keeping the characters stay true to themselves. Mind you, I think I do a pretty decent job of that as well, but I think a lot of my stories will have the characters be quite out of character. But it impresses me when somebody can take a bunch of characters and stay true to their character, which is a hard thing for me to do sometimes. I don't know where that came from. Anyways. I look forward to episodes 8 and 9 next week. Maybe more, depends. I need to get better at the way that I do these. I'm still like, because this is new, I'm still playing around with it, just like how I've done adjustments to my microphone. I don't know if it's that noticeable for y'all watching on YouTube. If you've managed to make it this far, I'm impressed. I appreciate y'all chilling and lurking and all that. I also am thinking in the future going to try to bring up, like, hey, do you plan, what kind of games are you looking forward to playing in the near future and stuff like that. But I need to bring that up more. I need to bring that up more way earlier, in all honesty. At the end of the day, I'm really enjoying going through Star Wars again, even though it has such glaring issues as it does with the common sense, or the lack thereof, I should say. With the lack of common sense, it's insane to me. It really is. Another little fun fact is a long time ago I played a top-down video game called Intravenous. I'm bringing this up because recently I saw a game that looked like, it's called like Ocho or something like that, like OTXO or something, and it looks very interesting, but it reminded me of like Hotline Miami, Intravenous, stuff like that, and I might play Intravenous again because of how short it is. Like that might be, as I'm playing Elden Ring, I might play that game. Right? Anyways, Intravenous 2 is being worked on and will be releasing at some point this year, apparently. I kind of hope Intravenous 2 will improve upon the level creator, because I think the level creator is literally just a level, and I want to be able to make, like, multiple levels if I can. Because one of the things I'm going to do in that game is I think I'm going to try and remake Metal Gear Solid 1. It's going to be a pain in the ass, and if I have to, I'll make it with multiple levels. And, like, it would be a very long and arduous project, because I would basically need to make every single loading screen area a different level. Or what I could do is I could take multiple different levels, mesh them together into one, and go from there. That might be how I could do it. Like, I could take the opening part and make that one level where you go from the little entrance area to the elevator up to enter into the base, and that would be like the first level, and then the second level would be getting like rescuing the people you need to like stuff like that. Again, I mainly brought this up because that's another game to add to the list of games that I enjoy playing. Those top-down, like, again, I don't even know what the hell you would call it, but whatever the hell you would call Hotline Miami. It's funny how today has been a lot shorter than the other week or weeks I've done the outdated YouTube blog thing. But like I said, it's not really much because I'm breaking it down. And yeah, there's a couple interactions between characters and stuff like that. A little bit more character development for Ahsoka. We get to see a little bit more of Ahsoka because up until episode 7, Ahsoka's kind of just been sitting around not really doing much of anything, right? So I was like, all right, it's good to see her like actually fighting Grievous, leading the charge when she drops down, or when they all are about to drop down in order to take out the top secret listening post, which they only found because R2 released a signal. Fuck. Where they released a signal to show where they were at. And it just so happened that the Junker dude... also, when the Junker reveals to Grievous that the droid has never had its memory wiped, and asks for more money, Grievous gives the Junker dude his bonus of a lightsaber into the back through his chest. And I was like, holy shit, that might be one of the first, like, non-soldier deaths we've seen so far. Like, I can't recall if we've seen any other confirmed demises of other individuals outside of a couple of Jedi and the clones. And the clones I fucking call droids because of how honestly insignificant they actually are in the grand scheme of things. And what I mean by that is I don't like the whole Order 66. I know. But that's not what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about is, in the grand scheme of things, if you were to ask any people, like if you were to go to Coruscant and ask the civilians of Coruscant, or if you were to go to another location and ask them, like another Republic location, and ask them what they think of the clones, they'd probably be like, I don't think of the clones. You know what's funny? If you kill off Palpatine at the point in time of any point before Order 66 gets activated, Order 66 will never get activated. Unless Palpatine would have it set up to activate the Order after the fact. I'm going through the list in my head. Like I said, yeah, it feels weird. It feels weird because I'm like, it would take much longer to go through this analysis if I read it word for word like I normally do. But I kind of like what I'm doing here, right? Oh, fun fact. Shit, bitch, and fuck are all words that get blurred out on Google Docs voice to text. But bullshittery is a word that you can say. You can say bullshittery, and it doesn't recognize that as a cuss. What do I need? I need wheat. Actually, what I need to do is, need to do this. I'm trying to get the timing down so I can do this naturally without thinking about it. 3 stacks of meat. Pretty good. Alright, I think we'll... A couple more, because there's a lot of cow here. I want to get another full stack if I can. Alright, perfect. Okay, so I haven't really done as much as I would have liked to do today. I'm getting a bit better at actually managing to continue to talk while I look at my notepad thing for reference of what I want to discuss for these outdated YouTube blog things. And it's funny, the OYTBT actually fits, because when I said it in the Google speech to text, and I said outdated YouTube blog thing, it gave me outdated as one word, YouTube, it's one word, but the Y and the T are capitalized, blog, thing, and those are all separate words. So it's not ODYTBT, it's OYTBT for the acronym shortening, or whatever the fuck the word is. I'm gonna like start harvesting as many like off stream. I might not. On stream I might, because harvesting trees or harvesting wood is one of the easiest things to do while also communicating through with this. So most of the things that I'm probably going to do in this game in the foreseeable future are probably going to revolve around me doing them off stream. We'll see though. That depends. I probably will end up doing a lot more stuff on stream. Like right now, I do still feel like playing this for a little bit longer, so right now is where I would actually get to work on... Yeah, let's take this down. Let's rip some of this down, actually. Let me organize my inventory a bit. I need to work on that. I need to get more wood, and I need to get the fencing for the proper areas, because I want the color coordination to be the same. I gotta get, like, stuff like me having to get some rabbits... Me having to get some rabbits is something that I'm going to do off stream, I think, because it's just going to be an annoying situation to go after the rabbits. Had to take a couple tums there. Now that I think about it, I think I'm going to do this, actually. I don't need this many chests, but I am going to get that many because I want to do something different from what I normally do. Unless I don't need to. Hold up. No, I want these chests. I do. Because even to do something different for what I wanted to do here is a bit more in line with me still needing the chests. Right? Then again, I actually realized something. This is the wrong chest I need. Fuck. I need to make a thing. I need to look up... Wait. Wait.
flagship robot vacuum has arrived. Meet the S8 Max V Ultra, the ultimate in robotic cleaning that will give you the most immaculate home ever. From the best-selling vacuum brand Roborock, the S8 Max V Ultra tackles all the issues that your current robotic cleaner can, like corner-to-edge cleaning and mopping.
Is it in world that I see the seed?
And so much more. And with its obstacle avoidance
It's
system, after
it's
just
in world that I
one
see the
you'll
seed,
find
right?
Your home is clean beyond limits. So why wait? Learn more today at roborock.com.
Imagine a future where plastic is not wasted, but instead remade over and over into the things that keep our food fresher, our families safer, and our planet cleaner. To help us get there, America's plastic makers are investing billions of dollars to create innovative products and new recycling technologies for sustainable change. Because when you push for smarter solutions, big things can happen. Learn more at plasticmakers.org.
It's not showing the seed here, does it? No. Whatever. Hold on. Oh, that's so annoying. Okay, where is my current coordinates at? 76 negative 76 39. There are a lot of fucking end gateways in this world, though. And they're not too bad away from each other, honestly. Holy shit. That's kind of crazy to me. Make sure I got the right coordinates, the X and Y. So, X, Y, Z. X and Z, we got right. So, the next coordinate would be 2000X, 230, oh god. Okay, so that's not, it's worse than it looks when you look at it that way. Alright, there's a lot of end portals that I could work with. A lot of end portals that I could work with. Basically, I'm going to make a another path to some of these locations. And then I'm going to proceed to make the Enderman spawner that I need to make in order to be able to make as many Ender chests that I want to make. Because here's the thing. Here's what my plan is to do, in all honesty. Go to the locations to get the little boxes, like the little backpacks you can basically make, I'm going to call them. These things. Let me show them off. These, right? These are going to be color coordinated to be associated with certain things, right? Like, green in the future will be associated with any of the farming that I do. So, I'll have those in here, and I'll have them, like, row after row, and I'll know exactly where each one's supposed to link to, right? So that way, when I want to sort stuff or organize or what have you, I can open this box, take it out, and put stuff in there, and then keep doing it that way. Because I don't want to keep going back and forth like that. What I want to do is I want to be able to come up here, harvest all this shit, put it in the end portal. Like, I'm going to have an end portal for each. This is how lazy you can say I'm going to be. Mind you, the amount of grinding that it's going to take is going to be quite phenomenal. But I want to have, like, an end portal, like, over here, and then directly up over here. Because, yeah, sure, I could drop down and then place it there. But after I harvest all this, maybe I'll put it in the middle. Because I'll start... Here's how I'll do it, though. Hold on. Let me think. This... I think I'll put them all in the middle, maybe, if I can. That's something I'm going to be worried about later. Also, really quickly, because I just brought it up, let me actually open up a new Word document for next week's outdated YouTube blog thing. And we'll work on writing that down, because we're about to get ready to wrap up with the YouTube section. I mean, not the YouTube... Yeah, basically. The outdated YouTube blog thing. So, the next OYBT will be on the 6th. Yeah. 5-6. 5th month, 6th day. But yeah, oh, also, something I forgot to mention. I do, like I said, intend to do the sponsorship stream next week. Or this coming Sunday, I should say. Not next. Well, whatever, doesn't really matter. The way that I harvest this, it'll probably be better to put the end chest over here. At least if I can do that. I can put that in there, right? Maybe. Let me make sure I can do that. I think I've already tested it out. And I'm not sure I could do that. But with how much distance we have to travel, it only makes sense that we want to organize stuff the way that I just stated. It do work that way. Okay. Nice, nice, nice. Let's go. I really need to organize this shit. I don't think I have obsidian. I can get more. I have a lot more than I thought. After we finish up with these ender chests, that's when I'll see, because here's the problem. I think I would need Silk Touch, and even then I'm not sure that'll work to get this one. Then again, I can make an adjustment here. Take this staircase out and put a thing there to make it not look as bad. But I want the ender chest to be like... Because the idea is I actually want to put things down here and make it to where, like, this is the checkout desk, right? And I want the ender chest to go right here. So we're good there for now. I might have to just redo it. Oh well, not that big of a deal. For now, I think we're going to put the ender chest just on the first floor. Then again, it's not that difficult to hold that many. This is where I should put it, somewhere around here. I'm taking a moment to think about where I should put this next chest. Whoa, shit.
Hey, Hotels.com here. Tired of the everyday? We know a hotel that's ready to unwind this weekend.
The hell just happened? Did I?
Spas in the Hotels.com app. Find your perfect somewhere.
DQ presents how to officially start your summer.
Okay, I thought my chair was breaking on me, but.
DQ. Step 2, try the new summer blizzard menu. In step 3, dig into flavors like new peanut butter cookie dough party, new picnic peach cobbler, and more. Because with treats like these, every bite feels like you're starting summer off right. But don't wait. These flavors are only around as long as summer is.
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure here. I'll have to look up the back of my chair when I get done with this.
Happy tastes good.
Here, just put this here for the time being.
And savings. I find something new every time I go. Burlington keeps me and my family.
Let's put this obsidian back. Mind you, I could use it elsewhere, but I'll use it elsewhere later. Frying obsidian might be something I have fun with. I could get more of that, honestly.
So head into your store today. Burlington, love the deals. Styles and selections.
These seeds?
When your workout is heating up,
oh, we don't really need those.
Gatorlight delivers rapid rehydration with a specialized blend of 5 electrolytes and lower sugar to get athletes back in the action fast. Gatorlight.
Got a case of the yawns right now.
Forever. Tap the banner to buy now.
Is there anything else? The chests I can put away. The sticks. Even though I'm going to be using them, I'm going to put the fences away, I think. Alright. Lighting, I'll put here. And I think I'll just drop off the rest of the stuff in a spot where I know I'm not going to walk. For temporary purposes, because I kind of do like the idea of having banners. Obviously not these banners, but in the future. I really need to finish up with this area. Wait a minute. All right, good. Oh, stream's not that bad. But yeah, perfect example of what I was talking about was right here. I have this set up just to be able to put in the sugarcane stuff. I'll probably have to use it for some of that wood as well. I need to, basically what I need to do at one point is I'll need to do some chest organization, which I think I'm going to do that in the near future. Oh shit, I'm glad I looked there. Mind you, it's one of those things where the differences between them is pretty high, but we can get some mending stuff set up. Heck, we could probably fix these right now. After we do that, though, we're going to wrap up for today. Not really much else to talk to. It's been a short one. When we get finished here, we have the Guitar Hero thing to finish. After that, a Fallout 2 speed run. And then after that, a Red Dead Revolver speed run. Speaking of Red Dead, a new world record has just gotten put up for Red Dead Revolver. I mean, Red Dead Redemption. All right. Yeah, that's gonna be it for me for right now for the outdated YouTube blog thing and Minecraft on stream. Basically gonna do a lot of cleanup. Might finish up this farmland off stream. Might finish up the houses off stream, and I might start populating the villages again. I'll do some more work on this area. I'll probably work on the obsidian shaft as well, which is going to require me to do a lot of obsidian mining. I might save that for on stream though, because I could basically just sit there, mine, and then be talking about other stuff. The off stream stuff that I might really do is more in line with the stuff that's a little bit more thought requiring. Right? So like tearing that down, fixing that up, stuff like that I'll do off stream. On stream I'll do the other shit. And organizing I might do off stream as well, because that's just boring, I think. And it requires me to do a lot of thought and like where everything goes. So I need to kind of focus on that, and I don't want to be quiet for too long, but it'll require me to be quiet doing that. Anyways, that's going to be it for me for the time being for you, YouTube. I do hope you enjoyed your stay here at the Kingdom. If you have and are new here and you haven't already, be sure to become a citizen today via subscribing to this channel as well as my main channel. Links will be down in the description below through all my links if you are watching on YouTube. Exclamation point links like so for those of you that are watching on Twitch, be it live or the VOD while it's still up there. Be sure to follow me on Twitch. Catch me when I go live at 6 p.m. EST EDT Friday through Monday. Invite link to the community Discord, where you can always get the most accurate notifications of whenever I do go live. If I'm going to be a little bit late or early to stream outside of a half hour, or as long as I know I'm going to be late, as well as whatever else catch your fancy through all my links. Until next time, take care and have yourselves a good one. Bye-bye.